Thank you, Marty. Appreciate it.
All right, this morning we're taking a look at one of the latest reboots to come to TV.
Yeah, it's all with the reboots, right? The show In Search Of debuted in 1977 and lasted for 6 seasons. No wonder I don't remember it. It told the stories of unexplained phenomena around the world, from UFOs to aliens to time travel and artificial intelligence.
Well, that reboot airs Friday nights on the History Channel, and it's hosted by Zachary Quinto. Ashley Dorsbacher, who's a big fan, got a chance to talk to him about the show.
Zachary, I have to say before we get started, from one fellow Pittsburgher to another, thank you for being with us this morning.
Totally. nice to meet you.
I will have to say, though, that your alma mater, your high school, would always beat my alma mater, so I won't hold that against you.
Where did you go?
I went to Penn Trafford High School.
Oh, yeah, we always kicked your butt.
You did. But you guys have some exciting stuff you're working on right now. Talk to us a little bit about this series, In Search Of.
Yeah, In Search Of, as you mentioned, is a show that was on in the late 70s, early 80s. It was hosted by my dear friend, the late, great Leonard Nimoy. And I was approached about hosting and executive producing the reboot, and thought it was a really great opportunity to honor Leonard's legacy and also to bring my own perspective to bear on this version of the show. So it was a great adventure. I got to travel all around the world. I was on the ground actually conducting these interviews, meeting people from the scientific community, meeting people who have had these incredible, unexplained, far-fetched, in some cases, experiences. And yeah, we did 10 episodes. Some of them honor the original series and the hallmarks of what that was exploring, like aliens and monsters of the deep and the lost city of Atlantis. And then other ones go in a new direction, like artificial intelligence, life after death, mind control. So it's a real balance, and I'm excited to be able to share it with audiences starting Friday.
How great was that for you to honor Leonard's legacy and then have your own little spin on this? Because, I mean, people who have watched this in the past and now looking forward to watching this again are looking forward to this.
Yeah, I mean, it's great. You know, Leonard and I had a great connection when he was alive. We have still a great connection even though he's not here. I feel his supportive energy around me all the time, and so to be able to work on a project that really honors him and carries on his legacy is really gratifying for me. But at the same time, you know, it was important that I have my own experience and that I share things with audiences in a new way. And I think that's what this show is able to do.
Nice. So which of the investigations, you said you guys did 10 episodes, so which of the investigations left you the most surprised by the end of it?
Sinkholes, randomly. I didn't really expect to have a particularly visceral experience of that episode. I sort of looked at it and said, like, why are we doing this? Actually, I don't really understand how this fits into the larger scale and scope of the mysteries that we're diving into. But, you know, while we know a lot about what causes sinkholes, we know almost nothing about when they'll happen or where they'll happen or how severe they'll be. It was also the most emotional episode because I spoke to people whose lives were really upended and in some cases destroyed by this natural phenomenon. And that left me feeling much more connected to the uncertainty of them and how unsettling they are than I expected.
Wow. Now, were there any that at the end of this you were still kind of blown away with, or you still had more questions? This had to be really fun to go and talk to people.
Yeah, it was great. I mean, I would say I have more questions about almost all of the episodes. I mean, you know, there was no one topic that I came away from saying that is definitively true or provable, but my mind was certainly opened, and my experience was enriched by both the scientists and the experiencers that I encountered in each of these journeys. So yeah, it was certainly interesting and eye-opening in a lot of ways.
Yeah, what can folks expect when they're watching this? If they did see the original and watched the original back in the 70s, what can they expect with these coming up here?
Yeah, well, Leonard was the host of the show in a very traditional way. He was in a studio, he welcomed the audience in, and then he presented a pre-recorded package that really delved into the search of that particular topic. You know, I go on the ground, so audiences can expect to come with me on these journeys and discover things as I discover them, you know, experience the questions as I'm asking them, and meeting the scientists and the human experiencers with me. So I think there's an immediacy and an accessibility that comes from this version of the show. show, which I'm really excited about. Was a prerequisite to me getting involved. I said, you know, I want to change the format and update it and really be engaged and really be involved. So that's, I think, the primary difference. There's a real cinematic quality to the show. We had an amazing showrunner, Eddie Schmidt, an amazing DP, Arlene Nelson, and a great team of producers who worked really hard to get interesting and, in some cases, I imagine, controversial guests who are presenting experiences that are certainly unique and in some cases far-fetched and in other cases even difficult to believe. So we give the audience, I think, a wide range of points of view and perspectives so that they're able to formulate their own opinion and their own experience of what each of these searches is dealing with.
All right, Zachary Quinto, thanks so much for joining us. In Search of airs Friday. And Zachary, we'll see you later, okay?
Yeah, see you around downtown and that.
Thanks.